Welcome back, everyone, to Recruiting Thursday here on the Westmoreland Sports Network. Jack Ridenour here with you all today, and I'm joined by current Belle Vernon senior softball player and recent St. Francis softball commit, Olivia Kolowitz. Olivia, first off, thanks so much for joining us today. Congratulations on the commitment. How does it feel to make this decision finally?
It feels really great. It's an opportunity I've really been looking forward to.
That's awesome. Well, I want to first dive into just what made you want to settle on St. Francis. I mean, what was it that drew you to the program? And then also, what do you plan on majoring in there?
I just really love the atmosphere there. You could tell that the staff and the coaches cared about you as a person first and as an athlete second. I just really appreciated that. And I'm planning on majoring in marketing when I go there.
Very cool. What do you want to do with the marketing?
I was thinking something along the lines of digital animation or animation marketing.
Oh, very cool. That's very, very cool. Well, obviously a perfect day and age to do that with all of the technology that's going on around the world for sure. But your recruitment, a very interesting thing that I noticed about it, really picked up last fall during the travel season. What was it like to kind of get that sudden college attention, and how much of an impact was it for you to play on the travel circuit?
I'm just really thankful for my coaches that helped me, and definitely for my parents who helped me travel and spent their time and money. It was getting the attention was pretty crazy at first. I went to a few different visits, Division I and Division II, and that really helped me decide what I liked in a school, what I disliked, and that ultimately led me to pick St. Francis.
Well, and when you're going through that entire process, I'm sure, obviously a lot is going on with the recruitment and all that other stuff, and then visiting schools and such. Did it ever feel like it was almost a little overwhelming at times?
Yes, I feel like it was stressful at some times, but I feel like the outcome was more rewarding for me.
Well, I think that's great that, you were able to get your feet wet a little bit, especially during the fall time. And then as the springtime, it obviously started to pick up a little bit more for you as well. But what I want to get into your softball career just as a whole. What made you want to start playing softball initially? When did you start playing?
I started my first travel team around 12U, and I've always kind of wanted to be on the best team that I could be on. So I went from the Renegades, which had a really great coach. We call him Coach Buck, and I loved him. He really got me started. He was very motivational. I moved on to eventually be on the Ohio Outlaws, and that's where it really kicked off with my coach, AJ Young, really helping me get that started.
Now, I know that you're a pitcher, and so I'm curious to hear just what it's like in terms of experimenting with different pitches and so on and so forth. And, as you're building up in your softball career, when did you start kind of playing around with different pitches and start going outside of just a normal fastball?
I feel like around 14U, maybe late 12U, we started learning different things. It's always great to have different pitches.
What's been your favorite pitch to throw during your career?
My favorite pitch would definitely have to be my curveball.
Is that something that you've been working on a lot over the last few seasons?
Yeah, we develop different grips and things, mechanics can change, and that just helps.
Well, I know that, obviously it's a sport with just, the finite details and the very minuscule changes that you can make, whether it's in the field or in the batter's box or whatever. It really makes a big difference for you. But going into this past season, obviously, it was a little bit of a tough start for you guys. You guys kind of came into a little bit of a fork in the road, if you will, against Elizabeth Ford. Ultimately lost in that game after you guys tried to rally your way through it. But then from then on, you went 7-3 through your final 10 games. So you guys really started to kind of pick up the play a little bit. What started to click for you all during that stretch in that final 10 games of the season?
I think communication is a really big part of it. All being on the same page, all being positive, motivating each other. That's just really a big part of it.
Did you guys ever at any time have almost like a conversation or maybe a players meeting or something where you guys all kind of sat down and said, hey, where do we want this thing to go?
We've reviewed film of us playing EF, YAC, definitely the tougher competition. We would go into a meeting room and just really discuss what can we do here, what can we do better. Just really look at the pitches being thrown, the plays being made, what could be better. It's just, yeah, stuff like that.
Well, I know you guys ultimately propelled yourselves into the playoffs, ultimately fell in the quarterfinals, but what do you guys want to build on and just try and improve upon from last year into this season?
I can really see some great things happening this year. I really want to win our section this year, and I think we can make a run for the Whitfields this year too.
What do you guys have been doing during the fall time right now? I know that obviously, not softball season quite yet, but with it being fall time and soon enough winter, and then before you know it, it will be softball season. What's the fall look like for you guys? And then what does your schedule look like in the winter time?
I think we had 4 to 6 scheduled tournaments this fall. It's really working with like the younger girls and especially like the communication, teaching them what to do, and really just like working together. And yeah.
Well, I know that this is a very perfect time to work on that kind of stuff, especially with the season not obviously starting and whatnot. But what are some personal goals that you have for yourself that you're looking to accomplish? And then also, what are some goals? I know you mentioned a few of them for your team, but what are some other goals that you might have for your team?
I'd say I definitely want to get ahead in the count more, get more first pitch strike percentages. I've always been working on that. Definitely just for myself, get more strikeouts because I participated in Strikeout the Stigma, which is related to athletes' mental health. And I raised money for that last year, and I really want to participate in that this year too.
So talk a little bit about that. I mean, what got you interested in all of that? And then also what just is kind of like entailed in that? That's very interesting.
I think it's a really important thing, the stigma that goes around playing sports, especially at a competitive level. And there's been like a lot of stuff happening with athletes at the Division I to any collegiate level. And I think it's really important to like address athletes' mental health.
Now, do you think that is something that you'll continue to focus on and really try and, work towards in terms of just bringing more attention towards it when you go off to college?
Yeah, I think St. Francis, the coaches there, Coach O'Donnell, she's really big on making sure that her athletes are all right and making sure their mental health is really good.
Well, I know that is a very important thing, and especially just within the last few years and whatnot, all of the new things that are coming out in terms of just studies and all of the awareness that there is. I think it's great that now college coaches are also starting to become a little bit more aware of that. But Olivia, you've been great to get on our Recruiting Thursday feature this week. Thanks so much. Before we let you go, just want to hear what are you most excited for with it being your senior year of high school? Doesn't have to be softball related, can be really anything. I mean, what are you just excited for your final year of high school?
It would probably have to be with softball and just having fun on the field. Just working with the freshmen too, the underclassmen, they've been really great this year. And I'm just really excited to see everyone's talent like come shine.
Well, we are very excited to see you all shine on the softball field this year. Thanks so much for stopping by today, Olivia. And again, good luck this upcoming season.
Thank you.